That's the throw. Oh my gosh. Why is this disc good? What's up everybody? Jordan from Ginger Snap Disc Golf. Today we're talking about the KC Pro Roc and why I think it's the most overrated mid-range in disc golf. We're gonna start off out here at hole 10 at Vinemont Disc Golf Course. It's like 264 feet, just a basic hyzer play. I'm probably gonna throw both of these on all of the tee shots just to see, I don't know, how good we can do. Dude, that's so straight. Huh. Alright, already, I don't think that disc is a 4403. It's one of the things we're going to talk about. Okay, I thought the rain was over, but apparently it's not. We're going to just hope it doesn't start raining harder. So right off the bat, just to give like my overall opinion of the KC Pro Roc, like I have to talk about the plastic is just not good. Like I do not understand. I don't know if it's because Ken Climo's name is tied behind the plastic, so people kind of hype it up. But the plastic is just simply not good. Like, it is a stiff plastic, it's not durable, it's a very slippery plastic. When it gets even somewhat cold outside, it's impossible to throw. I don't understand. And of course, this is my personal opinion. This plastic could feel great for some people, but just right off the bat, that's the first thing I noticed when I picked the disc up. I'm like, this plastic feels cheap, not good or reliable or anything like that. We went probably 30 feet past the basket. Both of these landed in the same spot. Honestly, they both kind of had pretty good flights. They like flipped up immediately and just held straight. Oh, dude. Oof. I want to make something clear before we move on in the video. I'm not trying to like bash this disc. I understand that it's like a historic and very popular disc in disc golf, even though I've never met someone who actually bags one of them. What I mainly want to do is try to figure out, why is it so talked about? Why is it such a loved disc? It's so hyped up, it's all this, it's all that, but I've never even actually met someone who bags one. Honestly, I kind of want to start a debate in the comments because maybe there's something that I just don't understand about the disc. Hole 2 is 282 feet. The basket is over here to the right, pretty close to the sidewalk. That's OB. I'm going to try to throw this, hang it out kind of wide on an hyzer and see if I don't fall over, and see if it'll hold that line. Okay, maybe that's why people like the disc go in. Okay, I'm not going to lie. That was a pretty nice flight. If that fight's out, I'm going to be honest, this is not how I expected this video to go. Just 2 holes in. I might understand why everybody hypes up this disc now. That was insane and effortless. What the heck? Okay, my first shot was about where the camera is now. Second shot hit these branches and ended up like 10 feet past the basket. Wow, both of those flights really shocked me. Just threw about 290 effortless anhyzer turnover shots. And they didn't burn over. That's so interesting. I'm going to be so confused and flustered if I end up loving this disc when the only reason I even came out here was to talk about how this disc is overrated. Hole 3 is 200 feet, a little bit uphill, island shot. I'm gonna go through a couple of ace runs, see if something cool will happen. It's so straight. First 2 throws, I think that I forgot it was only 200 feet away. So we're gonna retry that with a standstill. Much better. Man. I sort of forgot the 3 things I was gonna talk about that irritate me about this disc, because the first 3 holes that I've played, they have come out like buttery smooth, had amazing hyzer flip straight shots, or like a perfect anhyzer shot that didn't burn over. And I'm a little shocked. I don't really know where this video is going to go from now. How did I start off in this video pretty much explaining why disc shouldn't be talked about as much because it's not that good of a disc. But then it very quickly turned into, wow, this disc is really good. But we're gonna keep testing it. Hole 5 is like 250 feet, right beside this path OB. There's a Mando you have to go left of, so you have to pretty much throw a hyzer forehand, very, very controlled backhand turnover. I'm gonna try both. That might go, oh, dude. All right, well, the second thing I was gonna talk about with this disc is there's nothing special about the flight. I don't know if that's true anymore. This disc seems to hold whatever angle that you put on it without, like, I'm at a loss for words because this is not how I planned on the video going. All right, we jumped over to hole 6. It's a little over 300 feet, starts uphill but finishes downhill, dead straight from the tee pad. I guess this can be a good test of do they go far. We're just gonna go like a slide hyzer flip, dead straight, see what they do. And I yanked that one. All right, so that first one that hyzered out, I put a little too much hyzer on it. It was about pin high. The second one that I threw and kind of grip locked, it actually ended up flexing out and probably went like 50 feet past the basket. Neither of those were the best throws, so we're gonna retry that. That's the throw. Oh my gosh. Why is this disc good? Threw that one a little bit more flat on purpose. All right, look, I still stick to my original stance of I'm not a fan of the plastic. I'm not. I don't like KC Pro plastic. I'm not changing on that. My next argument about this disc being overhyped was there's nothing special about the flight. My opinion on that is changing more every single time I throw this disc. I am so confused right now. Second one that I flexed is parked. The first one that was just a hyzer flip dead straight shot is about 15 feet long of the basket. I might have to change the title of this video. I wasn't gonna like really bash this disc. I was just going to attempt to debunk all of the hype behind it. The exact opposite is happening. Try something with this disc. So far we've done super hyzer flip to straight shots as well as like turnover shots. I want to see if it's even capable of like holding a hyzer. We skipped over to 16. I'm just gonna do a very, very slow controlled hyzer shot and try to get really close to the basket. All right, let's throw the new one. That was a lot more power. See just how straight that goes? Again, not that that's a bad thing, but I don't know if it's gonna be capable of a hyzer shot. That's so bad, dude. The last point that I was gonna make about this disc being way, way overhyped are the flight numbers are really not that accurate, and I am gonna stick with that. The numbers on a KC Pro Roc is 4403. It definitely feels like a 4-speed because you don't have to have much arm speed to get a good flight out of it. 4 glide, I don't know, maybe. And then the 0 turn, I don't really know if I agree with that either. The amount that this disc wants to flip up, I would think it's maybe more of like a -1. The 3 fade, I definitely don't see a 3 fade on this disc whatsoever. It's 294 downhill, probably plays 275. I'm gonna go another hyzer flip shot, and then I'm gonna try to do a little bit of a flex and check the stability. It's like, go in. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna try this newer one on a flex and see if it holds stability. See, like, you can just tell, like, it didn't really want to fight, but it didn't want to burn over either. I think this is the most conflicted I've ever felt in my life making a video. because I usually don't go off script like I'm doing right now, but there is something very unique. I hate to admit this, but there is something very, very unique and special about the flight of this disc, and it's kind of making me eat my words right now, and I'm okay with it. Hole 9 is 282, kind of an island hole. Gotta go with a big hyzer shot and then also a little bit of a flex shot. Okay, that's a little bit more stable. Give it some height, it has stability. Huh. Okay, so I'm sure you can tell I gave those a little bit more height than I have on the other throws, but when I slowed down, even with that beat in KC Pro Roc, and I gave it a little bit more height, it did surprisingly hold the hyzer angle the whole way, fading out super hard. And then the really high flex that I gave as well, that newer one kind of held it for a little bit and still flexed out without, again, like dumping out too crazy. Now, of course, both of those are only throwing at about 50% power, so those aren't like full power shots. Don't hear that. They seem to be a lot more workable than I ever thought. All right, last hole, shortest hole. It's only like 175 feet. I'm gonna do a couple ace runs to end out the video, and then we'll talk about the KC Pro Roc that I hate to admit, but I think I was wrong about it. That was so bad. Alpacas for fun. Maybe that might be it. Go in. How? Oh, that hit something. I'll admit it. I was wrong about the KC Pro Roc. I don't really know if I have anything else to say. Originally, I was going to talk about how I hate the feel of the disc, how there's nothing special about the flight, and how the flight numbers aren't accurate. As soon as I started throwing the disc, I realized I sort of understand the hype and why people talk so much about the KC Pro Roc. Now what I don't understand is why I've never met anybody who actually bags this disc. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it surprised you as much as it surprised me, because it definitely didn't go the way I thought it would. Either way, I just want to thank y'all for all the support so far. I've officially crossed the 750 subscriber mark, which is crazy, in about 4 months. So thank y'all so much for all the support. I'm shocked at the growth of this channel, just like I'm shocked about the flight of this disc, if I'm being honest. But as always, stay snappy. Love y'all. Go try KC Pro Roc. They're actually good, and you could probably find one for like under $10. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say about the KC Pro Roc other than I was wrong.